Hi, this is Maginoni, and welcome to The Good, the Bad, the Disappointing. We have a brand new title for The Good. Now, keep in mind, there are actually some other good, decent titles along the way, but I thought this was probably one of the better ones, and that is Invaders #1. This is James Robinson's first book for Marvel since his departure from DC, doing Earth 2. Now, this is pretty much almost like a paint-by-numbers storyline in the sense that you already know who the three of the main characters are, but a lot of the readers may not know who this version of the Human Torch is, considering it's not Johnny Storm and it's an android. Well, this issue pretty much explains who he is, kind of like what his motivations are, what he's been through, and it throws in the Kree looking for some intergalactic artifact that was hidden by the invaders during World War II. And overall, I was pretty pleased by it. I thought the art was good, and even though the story was pretty much this is who the key people are and what motivates them, I thought overall it was just a decent read, and it was a good way to introduce who the character was for new readers, and it didn't bore you if you already knew who the character was. So I think overall, James Robinson's off to a great start. Very happy with it, and I'm definitely gonna add this to my file. The bad is Green Lantern. Now, in this version of Green Lantern, what we have is we have all these different power rings that are flying around without its masters. And what it's doing is they're basically talking to each other and they're forming an evil scheme, basically. And the black ring decides to find a human host and causes mischief for Green Lantern. Now, the thing that really is confusing me about this is this version of Green Lantern is armored, and he doesn't have his green power ring. So I don't know. I just thought this was like a really bad representation of what DC is trying to do with Green Lantern. It breaks away who this character is, and he really needs to go back to being the space patrolman cop, and let's lose the armor, because that's ridiculous. The disappointing is Empire of the Dead. Now, I'm sure you're about to say it would have been this, but actually I didn't read this because I already know this is going to be bad. Anyways, Empire of the Dead is George A. Romero's comic that he's doing about uh, zombies. Now, even though he is the godfather of zombiehood, he's getting kind of old, and this just didn't excite me at all. And as you can tell by the cover, there's another undead, and they've already spoiled it already. So it's basically zombies versus vampires. And honestly speaking, how is that exciting? Because okay, let's put it this way: these zombies aren't even all let's go kill people. These are zombies who kind of go, well, I kind of remember sweeping outside my store, and I kind of remember airing out my clothing, so I'm going to do that. And if you think I'm lying, that's that. And there's the other one with the airing out the clothes. So, and it's basically, they've already gone through the Holocaust. They've tied one of the main characters to the very first movie, and they're throwing in vampires, and I'm just like, I'm done. I am so done with this book right from the beginning. And the only reason why I'm not saying this is not the bad book of the week is because Green Lantern, I think, took a horrible turn for the worse. Now, this was just flat out disappointing. I really expected better. And the thing is, like, I really like the approach, though. I'm gonna give props where props are due. I really like the artwork. I think there's some really strong panels, like this the double page spread. I think was good. But they have this Coliseum here where like what they do is they look for zombies who remember eating people. I'm like, really? And they pit them against each other, and I'm like, this is the most boringest fight I have ever seen in my life. And just imagine for a second, two zombies in a gladiatorial style battle for a chunk of meat. And tell me if you'd be excited about that. Because you know you wouldn't be, because it's a piece of dog crap. The story was boring, and vampires cannot save this thing at all. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Why would there be vampires here? And oh, let me guess, vampires are maybe responsible for the zombie outbreak or something stupid like that. Do you know why this is not for kids? Because this is too stupid for kids. People should... Oh, this is... What a freaking disappointment. God, I can't really even say... You know, the sad thing is there's going to be the zombie fans are going to freak out over it because it's zombie versus vampires and we've never seen this before. And they're going to love it, and they're going to say, Maginoni, I don't know what you're talking about because this is the greatest thing known to mankind. And then the vampire people are like, oh my god, they're not sparkly like Twilight and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is just bad. Anyways, that's my addition for the good, the bad, the disappointing. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video. Facebook link right there. Crunchyroll anime reviews. I'll have more reviews later, so until next time.